so often I'm sent some kind of tactical gear to review for some kind of website, and sometimes it's a helmet with the promise of getting a cooler helmet that never comes to pass, and other times it's a chest rig or something like that. And the worst part about chest rigs and belts and stuff like that is, I'm a beast. They usually don't fit me, which is kind of an issue. I actually have like several kind of chest-related items that I can't wear, so I can't really do a video on them, and getting people to actually come over and display them and give me their opinions and have me take a look at them and stuff like that doesn't really come to pass. So it's kind of hit or miss. Now, helmets, usually I can get those to fit me. Slings, those are useful. We're going to be taking a look at a couple of those today. And mag holders and stuff like that are also useful. And Tactical Xmen was kind enough to not only send a couple of slings and mag holders over, and one of these mag holders is absolutely amazing, and I think everybody should take a look at one of these. But yeah, they even gave me a discount. I believe if you use the code Walcom S7, you can get like 10% off or something like that, which is pretty spiffy. But we're gonna start with the, unfortunately, least interesting, the slings. Yes, I was sent a pair of slings, which honestly would be really, really useful for something like this, because I like slings. Slings are, I would say, the second most important thing you could probably have on a blaster, because your ability to drop your blaster and easily pick it back up without actually having to put it down and having it on your body is remarkably important and can increase your effectiveness quite a lot, and yet not a whole lot of people have used them. I certainly actually don't even use them myself, mostly because I just don't have slings that I like. I have a dozen or so of the NERF ones, and those don't really do it for me. These are really, really nice. These are 2-point slings, and they are the Element Gear. This one, it does say airsoft, but we're talking about slings, so these can be used for pretty much anything. And on the Tactical Xmen website, these run you about $17, $18. And what do you get for that? Well, these are honestly really freaking nice. Like, super duper nice for what they are supposed to be. Like, seriously, these things are awesome. They only have one flaw, and that's, this connector right here is, not standard in the nerfing hobby. In fact, I only have one thing that I've seen that connector before, and that is the back end of this 3D printed kit for the Strife for a bullpup, which I had to take the Strife and use it for something completely different. And I do believe, yeah, that button was in fact rusted, but this is like a quick disconnect thing. Oh, there we go. And it swivels and everything like that. Yeah, I got it to work. I was kind of hoping that I could connect this like that. Kind of looks like it wants to. It looks like this might do something, but it doesn't. And that would have been kind of cool, because then it could have been kind of like a 1-point sling kind of thing. But I will keep these around because I just need to get the connectors. And once I get the connectors, then everything is totally fine. And that would be nice to have on pretty much all of my primary blasters, because I can do the whole quick disconnect thing, which would be really useful as opposed to using like a carabiner clip or something like that. So they're pretty nice. Are they $18, $19 nice? They're cool. They seem, you know, really, really nicely stitched and everything like that. They seem relatively thick and durable without the strap being too thick. I think that's actually really important. The strap is fairly thin compared to some other options I have used, and they're robust and adjustable. So that's kind of up to you. I know I've bought like cheap slings at Walmart for $10 and they weren't even half as good as this, so yeah, I can't really find anything wrong with them. They are slings, and if you're already making a purchase and you want a cool sling with a nice big metal piece right here that honestly is pretty friggin' awesome, then these are something you can do. Here is a not so useful thing I was sent. You look at this and you're like, well, okay, these are clearly some sort of mag holders, and these are not the good ones, these are the bad ones. Because I don't really know what I could use these for. This is unfortunately not the right size to fit a NERF magazine. I believe this is meant for 5.56, and NERF magazines are kind of the same size as 7.62 mags, so yeah, that doesn't help me at all. I did find these things will fit like these kind of clips right here. This is for the Havoc, although it's a very loose fit. It does stretch out that way a bit. It does have MOLLE connectors on the back of it, but that don't help because, yeah, even though that can fit in there, if I were to put a dart in there, it won't fit. It will, however, fit kind of a katana mag. That doesn't do anything, and the pistol holders are absolutely useless to me. Now, of course, it will work with, let's say, this old airsoft pistol. I have a feeling, yep, that'll fit in there just fine. good for it, but I don't really airsoft, so if you do airsoft, these might be useful for you, because they are nice, thick plastic rubber expanders for a variety of different calibers, and of course some kind of Mullen connector on the back, but it doesn't do anything for me right now, unfortunately. I just kind of wish that would fit in there. I really did try, but there's no way. So these are probably not useful to the hobby. If you airsoft, it might be good. Heck, if you use real steel, it might also be good. I have no idea, because I don't own a pistol with a magazine that will fit in here, a double stack one, so we'll just leave it at that. However, all is not lost, because I was sent a really, really freaking cool magazine holder right here. And this is potentially extremely useful to pretty much everybody in the hobby, but this is the scorpion-shaped soft shell magazine pouch for, it says 4556 and 762, which is great because, well, NERF is kind of 762 sized, kinda, so that's good for us. And here is the actual mag holder itself, and it looks fairly intimidatingly awesome. It's got all sorts of rubber bands and stuff on it. The pleather rubber material is extremely thick and durable, which is good. It's got, I'm assuming, some kind of connector options here. It's got what I assume is some kind of Mully connector on the back of it. It just kind of goes like that. You can snap it on and clip it back in. Again, sorry, I'm not the best tactical gear reviewer ever, but there is one reason I want to show you this and put this on your radar, because well, this fits magazines really frickin' good. For example, if I want to use this big, huge, stupid mag, well, it's not going to fit in like that, unfortunately, but it will fit in like that perfectly. It fits in awesomely. If I want to do something that's a little more normal, like, say, a NERF mag, it fits right in there, and it is not going anywhere because the entire shell actually fits and expands because of these rubber pieces right here, which is really good. Honestly, super duper good. Not so useful for something like this. If I really tried, I guess I could. Yeah, actually, it will do it. It even has like a little space down here that will clip onto that. So if you want to do that, you can. If you ever want to get your magazine back, that might be a big of a challenge, but what would this be really good for? Katana mags? Well, it can certainly do it. It's not great at it, but it can certainly do it. Havoc clips, again, can certainly do it. I wouldn't recommend it because, of course, it's just going to destroy the darts that are sticking out the front, but can do it. What exactly could this be the perfect application for? Well, that would be the good old 35-round NERF drum. I picked up this one for $3.50 at a thrift store. It is a Gear Up Raider freaking drum, and it fits in here perfectly. And it's completely solid. Like, it really doesn't get a whole lot better than that, because it's not going to fall out, and it's going to be relatively easy for you to pull out. And because of the way it's orientated, yes, it will stick off your side or hip or whatever, even chest, relatively much. You could stack multiple of them together, though, which is really frickin' cool. And that suddenly gives these an option to be used on the battlefield a lot more, because like my chest rig is like that North Star whatever AK mag chest rig. I can't hold these in it, I can't use them. And while I would necessarily not want to use these because I want to carry like a whole bunch of mags on me most of the time, unless I'm running something like, I don't know, an Infinus where I might only have like 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 mags. Yeah, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. While this might not be optimal for, say, like a 50-round drum that will be coming out, or a 25 or 30 round because they kind of elope on both sides, for the 18 or the 35-round drums, I would say that is preferable. For real. This is actually really freaking good, and I can highly recommend it, because suddenly, it's almost like you can technically run 35-round drums with no issue whatsoever, and be the heavy destroyer you've always wanted to be. So while these slings are pretty cool, and magazine pouches that don't work are kind of useless, unless you're doing airsoft, which I don't know why you're watching this video, but hey, power to ya. This thing right here, I will definitely say is almost a must-buy if you are going to be running the 35-round NERF drum. I cannot recommend it enough. I know that's kind of an obscure kind of point there, but there's a lot of people like, oh, I'd just rather run like you know, 18s and stuff and stack them like this and whatnot. You know what, that's perfectly serviceable, but if for some reason you really had a lot of these like I do, and you want to run them, then yeah, now you actually have the option to do so. Plus you would look freaking cool with like 6 of these hanging off. You can just pull one out and toss it to somebody, and oh man, that'd be awesome. Highly recommended. And of course there will be links to all this stuff on tacticalxmon.com down in the description below. Other than that, this has been Walcom S7. Thank you very much for watching this video, and of course I hope to see you in an entirely different one.
You gotta